Making his Sons of Montezuma podcast debut, we are joined by one of the anchors of the Aztecs defensive line, the latest member of the Sons of Monty NIL team, number 2, the Deuce, Keshawn Banks.
Scored a winding down, 3rd and 7 for the Aggies. He steps up, he's in trouble, and he's sacked. Keshawn Banks, the 3-time all-conference player, brings him down, and it's 4th down.
It's possible. 3rd down, 10. Another blitz. Friel's flushed and caught and dropped. Keshawn Banks.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, man? I appreciate y'all for having me on.
Do people just call you Deuce, or is it the Deuce, or Big Deuce, or what is it in the locker room?
Deuce, I get Key, I get Key shit. It varies, man. I don't be tripping. Deuce, a couple of the homies call me that. That ain't really caught on too much because I don't know. I don't be around like that, but Deuce is straight.
Well, we're happy to get your T-shirt jersey. We really appreciate you allowing us to work with you. And, you know, we got the Deuce on the shirt. Make sure everybody who's listening, go check that out now. You can represent Keshawn, his senior season this year in the Aztecs, red and black. You know, I definitely want to start off and get to know you a little bit, man. You know, me and James been talking, you know, we've seen like spot interviews here and there throughout your career here at State, but, you know, never really an opportunity to really get to know who Keshawn Banks is. You know, your 36 games played here at State. I mean, that's impressive number, especially early on. You got a lot of playing time as a freshman.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't really do too many interviews or not, man. I'm a man of a few words, and the guys who know me, they know I say a lot, but if it's something serious, I just try to sit back, take it in terms of football. I try to take care of my business on the field. Everything off the field, for the most part, I try to block out. So this NIL stuff is new for me, and it's forcing me to get out of my shell a little bit. But obviously, the next level is part of the process. So I'm just trying to accustom myself to it a little bit.
Kind of expand your horizons a little bit, huh? Open up.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. Thank you for trying it out with us, man. We appreciate you taking the time.
Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. All the work y'all do. Y'all are good folks, and I'm already know y'all are well talked about around the program. So
cool, man. Thank you, dude. It's good to hear. Well,
the feeling's mutual, man. You know, we're trying to do our best to navigate and work with, you know, good dudes, and so definitely high on our list. You know, you've been one of our guys since you first came to campus. Real excited to see you out there on the field and you know, putting in the work. One of the questions everybody wanted to know though was why the number change. So it went from 57 to 2. I mean, is it just the nickname, or is there any significance behind the number change?
Man, if I knew you would have asked me, I would have seen you a picture I had when I was, I don't even know what age, knee high. Like my older brother, that's why I really got into football. My older brother, he's 6 years older than me. When he started playing football, I was young. I wasn't young enough to, you know what I'm saying? I was still in diapers, just running around watching his practice field and watching him play. So that was like my idol growing up, man. To this day, he is. And he used to wear number 2. So when I really started playing football, I turned 7 and I really started playing tackle football. And I think my first couple of years, I was like 24. That was one of my numbers for a while. And then I really got to the age where I could comprehend what was really going on in football. You know what I'm saying? I really started to take it serious, and I started to see myself like really develop. And I was one of the me and Bird, like if you ask anybody in New Mexico who played around the same time, and I say this in the most humble way, like we're the best players. So you know what I'm saying? I really started to just fall in love with football. I'm like, dang, how can I be more like my brother? Because he played DN. So I went and started playing DN. But I was mainly a running back. I was back in my glory days. But to say the least, my brother wore number 2. So I wore number 2 from about 5th grade to 8th grade. And then obviously high school numbers are a little different. So I couldn't wear it then. So I wore 57. It was cool. And, you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it a lot. But I just wanted to get back to the beginning, the origin, try to fuel that fire a little bit more.
It's cool, man. Everybody knows single digits look better anyway, so I like it.
I agree.
So be honest, back in those days, in your heyday of a running back, all right, was it you or Bird?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably give it to Bird. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? It was Bird. He was just, you see us now, and I'm just so, in comparison to him, not to call him small or anything, I'm just way bigger than him. But when we were kids, it was opposite. Like, he was the biggest kid in the state by far. And I'm not talking about fat. Like, he was tall, he was big, and he was like, the speed he has now, he's had that, obviously at a lower scale when we were younger, but he's had that speed since we were kids in New Mexico. He's been the fastest kid in New Mexico since we were 6. So like, he was really untouchable. I was more of a power guy. I was gonna run through your face, but you know what I'm saying? I was still fast, but his fast is different.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's fast and then there's Jordan Bird fast.
Real fast.
1st and 10. This is Jordan Bird. And is loose. Jordan Bird. 43 yards. Touchdown, San Diego State.
That's not surprising. You try to run down people's face. It's not surprising.
It's the mentality.
That doesn't always happen, right? Two of the better players in a state coming to San Diego State. I don't know much about Rio Rancho. I've been to Santa Fe, I've been to Albuquerque, but tell us a little bit about where you're from out there.
I really grew up in Albuquerque. I moved around a little bit there when I was younger. Some family stuff. And then when I was 8, my mom met my stepdad, who's like, I consider my dad, you know what I'm saying? And he went to Rio Rancho High School. He was like the first graduating class there. He played football.
Right on.
Don't quote me. I think it was like 90 something. He'd probably be mad when he hears this, but he played there, and it was just a good program. The 2 high schools in Rio Rancho where I live, it's a pretty prestigious, not degrees, but they're better academically. And then football wise, they're better. So we moved to Rio Rancho, not so I can play there. That's not the only reason, but moved to Rio Rancho. It's a nice little city though. It's similar to Santa Fe. Santa Fe is more touristy. Albuquerque's faster than Rio Rancho. There's a lot of land. Nothing y'all would like, but it's.
Hey man, I'm out here in Yuma, Arizona right now, so Rio Rancho sounds really nice.
Is it hot?
Oh yeah, it's like right now it's 101, and it's like 50% humidity right now, so it's rough.
It was like, I think it was like 101 the other day back home. It gets pretty hot, not like Arizona, but it gets hot.
Yeah. I did some work out there in Artesia, and I would drive to Albuquerque every now and then to party.
You know that my whole mom's side of the family's from there.
Oh, no kidding? From Artesia?
Yeah, that's
No kidding.
a Mexican side of the family.
Okay. Yeah, they love their football there, man. That's for sure. That place, that whole town shuts down on Friday nights.
I used to go there when I was a kid, like during the summer, because I didn't have anything else to do. And we used to go hang out with our cousins, me and my brothers, and we used to go to the games, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
Small, and I mean, the population, everybody, you can walk down any block and you'll know everybody, but for some reason, Friday night in the bowl, you feel me? They're doing the dog pile, and it was great.
That's wild.
All right, so I don't know. I'm a dummy, so educate me, man. I mean, you're mixed with Mexican, or is that like by marriage?
No, yeah, my mom's half Mexican. I'm only like a quarter, but yeah, I got a little bit in me. But I'm real tapped in with that side of the family. Like, I'm from New Mexico, so there's not a lot of African American people there. So just being in the state, you kind of, whether or not you want to, you're engulfed with the Mexican American culture. And but I am a quarter Mexican.
Did you pick up any Spanish, man, growing up, or?
Man, it's crazy. Everybody on my mom's side, my mom included, they're all fluent. And mom, she understands it better than she can speak it, but she can hold a conversation for sure. I can understand a little bit, but if you ask me to say something, I know little words, you know what I'm saying?
I'm an Aztec warrior.
Oh man, you should take a class and learn it, man.
Man,
You'll kill it.
I took Spanish 1 and 2 in high school, and I took Spanish 2 here. And I was like, yeah, man, I can't pass Spanish 3. It was too hard. So I switched to sign language. So I was done with it.
Yeah. No, to be honest, the best way to learn Spanish is just be around a lot of people where you need to speak Spanish to talk to them. That's like the best way.
I agree. My uncle went to Ecuador for a month. They dropped him off in Ecuador. He was in the army, and he came back fluent in a month.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, don't feel too bad, man. I'm born and raised here, San Diego, full Mexican. I speak horrible Spanish. Terrible.
I hear you.
Obviously, recruiting is a big thing we like to tap into. And, you know, we just had our conversation with Kiava Tazino. And was it true? Did he actually host you in your visit when you were looking to become an Aztec?
Yeah, Yava did host me. And that was really my guy, him, a couple other older dudes, Juwan. But I mean, I was cool with majority of the upper class initially because I played right away. And but especially Yava, man, that was my dude. He kind of took me under his wing, and Miles Cheatham, if you remember him, Miles Cheatham.
Yeah.
Took me under his wing, and they just showed me the ropes, man. They showed me how to maneuver through college, and you know what I'm saying, just try to. Obviously, my parents aren't here, so that, you know what I'm saying, they can't teach me everything. So those guys trying to lay the foundation for me, and I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, uphold the standard that they built, and all the lessons they taught me. I try to. For those who are willing, all the younger guys below me, I try to give them game or give them some wisdom when I can.
Yeah, it's kind of on that note, like, how does it feel knowing this is your last year, you're going into your last year? Is that kind of like bittersweet, or are you about done? You ready? You ready for it to be over?
Yes and no. I think it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet for sure, but I mean, I want it to be done because that means I reached the goal I want to reach. It's a prove year for me. I think in a lot of ways, and I'm sure we'll get into it later. You know what I'm saying? And I never really spoke on it. A lot of people create their own narrative about me and the way I play. You know what I'm saying? Just because I never really speak up. I never do interviews. I never, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy who's always on social media and this, that, and the third. So it's a prove year for me. Not to everybody, but more so to myself. I think I could play a lot better than I have played due to certain circumstances that were out of my control, and a lot that was in my control. But I'm excited. I want to get it done so I can myself. Like, yeah, I know this was it all along. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited. I'm also hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, college, that's the gap to adulthood, to life. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to some of the older guys, and y'all but really, Juwan, Dwayne, D, like just all the guys, you know what I'm saying, that we hung out with, and they tell me how much they miss it. I mean, I'm still in college. There's nothing myth. I'm still here, but
you could really hear it, you know, talking with Kiava, man, just that really longing for those times in the locker room, putting in the work on campus, and just being absorbed in that environment where, you know, you're surrounded by your brothers, the coaches, everybody's working together, and it's not professional. It's strictly to better yourself, better the team, and educate, you know, yourself and whatnot. And you could really sense it. I mean, Kiava, he comes across as just an incredibly passionate person already, but to feel that, like, I can't imagine.
And that's what it is too. It's the stuff outside of football. It's the locker room and the relationships you build, the experiences, and not to be naive, that like when we were young, and I'm like an old man now. I go to sleep at 9:30. I wake up early. You know what I'm saying? I never leave the house. When we were young, and all the guys would take me to parties. Like, that's the stuff you miss. Not because partying is the funnest thing, but just being social. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when you get past college, it's hard to have that type of atmosphere, especially not on when it's on your own dollar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go have fun and I'm good. I know, come back and my stipend still hits. But you get older, you got to go pay for those. So.
You got to start adulting and it's not as much fun, man.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm seeing some of the cons to it. But.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Should we talk a little football?
Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
Open book.
We've been huge fans of yours on this podcast, man. You're one of the guys, usually one of us picks to be like the player of the game on defense. I think, like you said, it's your put up year, or I forgot how you phrased it, but your kind of make good year. I kind of agree. We were kind of discussing the defense this year coming up, and that was kind of one of the things I mentioned is like Thomas was kind of the focal point of the defense in the past. I think we're going to get similar production this year, but out of like guys like you and Justice and Jonah. I think it's going to be more spread out, and you guys are going to be able to put up your stats like you were talking about and make your impact. So I'm really excited for what you plan on bringing this year, and I can't wait to see you out there, man. So what specifically have you worked on to try to improve yourself to kind of?
I think it's my pass rush is, I think, where I lacked, and not because I wasn't good enough. I think my motor, if I felt like I was blocked, maybe I wasn't working another move, or my true sophomore year, 2019, I played at about 250. I was all conference. I was young and just running around, having fun. 2020, I gained about 30 pounds. I played 2020 at 280.
Oh, wow.
Gained that weight in like 2 months, which isn't something that I necessarily wanted to do, but I did it. Didn't play well at all. Last year, I played about 265. Still felt pretty quick, but I wasn't. I knew I knew I had more. So I lost about 15 pounds. I'm at like 252 right now. I just gained way more speed, way more agility, quickness. And I think that'll help in the pass game too. Just being free. I think part of my game and what makes me the player I am is my instincts, and just be able to play, not necessarily having an assignment, but just feeling the play out for itself in the game. But I think my game's improved just even from spring ball. I think I've improved, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to put it on tape and go out and put on the show.
Yeah. How excited are you to break in that new stadium, man? I bet you got to be pretty pumped about that.
I am. The main reason why is because we hated traveling 2 hours back and forth. I was even without the fans being there, that was probably the worst part. But me, I don't care, man. We can go play in the parking lot for all I care. I want to play.
How important is film study to you now, being, a senior leadership guy, like coming in as a freshman? I can't imagine most of the guys really want to sit down and study film, break down themselves and take a look at themselves and critique themselves. So, I mean, how big of a factor is that now that you reached to this point?
I think it's just because we're not in season. I think it's the biggest factor that I can have right now, as far as being, and I mean that from, obviously we start camp on Friday or report days Thursday, but prior to this, I think that was the most important part, because the off season we're just running and lifting. You know what I'm saying? It's not really football stuff. But now, like the past 2.5 years, I've been a film junkie. I'm in my film. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm studying the opponent. I'm studying myself, seeing what I could do better. I study NFL tape to see what I can take from certain people's games. Because like I said, I'm an instinctual player. So I can't just do that by not watching film. I got to watch film, see tendencies, see if there's things they like, see if there's things I could win on. And if he's lineman sitting this way, maybe I could try, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can abandon what I'm supposed to do in this play and try it, because I know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
like you said, when I was younger, I was just so high on life and high on being in college. It didn't click. But it's definitely a big part of my game now. It's more mental than anything.
There's one play in particular, because we got a few guys, right? Sons of Monty NIL, we got a little army, right? On Twitter, social media, like we promote the heck out of you guys, right? So there's one play in particular that everybody wants to know about. I see you grinning. You might know this play. It's against Air Force last year. Now, I had to remind myself, on that play, was it game tape that you studied, or was that pure instinct when you went down and completely swept up their quarterback, Hazik Daniels' legs from under him? And I don't know if that was a turnover on downs or like a fourth down stop.
4th and 2, 4th and 3.
Watch the football if you're the Aztecs. Use your voice if you're Hazik Daniels.
Play clock is down to 5.
Got to get it off.
Oh, Daniels goes down. And San Diego State takes over. Wow.
I think it was film study and instinct. To be honest with you, nobody really knows this but my parents, is I've been doing that since high school. Like I don't even know if I have access to Huddle where we used to watch film in high school, but after the podcast, I'll try to look. I did that in high school several times. And I was watching tape. I played Air Force 2018, my true freshman year, but I didn't play too much, so I never really had the opportunity to do it. And going into the game, I didn't tell coach or anything. I was just, if it was there, it was there, you know what I'm saying? And I realized how tight he was to the center. His foot was there. And I was like, he only could go backwards. So every play they do, since they run that triple option, is dive, he's pivoting, or he's turning, you know what I'm saying? One foot stays where it starts. I was like, man, hopefully I could just get it. And it was 4th and 1. I seen the play clock was going down. It was at like 3. The play clock was going down. So I'm just jump for it. I jumped and I scooped it.
Yeah, that was an amazing play, man, for sure. That was crazy.
Are there any other plays that stick out in your mind that you look back on last year and
that shows off like the instincts? Yeah, there's a few, but
too modest.
Yeah, I don't like to brag on stuff. But there's definitely some plays that I enjoyed making and looking back on film. But just looking back on tape, I'm about to start studying more games. Made a few plays, but I'm telling you, it's nothing like seeing your teammate make a play, man. You see guys like Cam wrapping around the whole line of scrimmage and running 30 yards, and that's stuff you can't teach. And those are some plays that I think that I could develop more in my game. It's just those motor plays where I just don't stop. So.
Well, that kind of leads me into actually what else I wanted to talk to you about. So, let's talk about your teammates there on the line. So, like, I'm sure you could talk a little bit about Jonah and what he's brought to the team these last few years. Give us a breakdown on his game and what makes him so special on that defensive line with you guys.
Man, Jonah's just a little freak. To be honest, that's really what makes it. It's hard to describe his game because he's so unique. I've never seen anybody play. I have, but they're 6'5", 330. You know what I mean? Like he plays like he's 6'5", 330. They'll take on 2. Sometimes I've seen him take on 3 O-line. You know what I'm saying? And there was packages last year where coach would just let me and Cam rush. Jonah would sit there in the center and take 3 guys, and me and Cam are one-on-one. But Jonah's just, man, he's so underappreciated as far as like how the NFL and how scouts and just the college football world looks at him. His numbers wise, he may not be up there with the top tackles in the nation. But if you sit down and watch a game and you see him take 2 blocks and still make a play and split a double team is ridiculous. Dude's a freak. He's just so strong. You won't notice till you see him in person. Me and him are probably not the same speed, but 10 yards, we're foot for foot. And has 60 pounds on me. Dude, freak. He's so quick. He's so strong. It's ridiculous.
Well, looking at that whole Tavai family, I mean, man, they're an impressive bunch. Now, what can you get? Can you shed some light on Justice coming in, right? Older brother coming in from Hawaii. I mean, that's a dynamic duo right there.
I'm telling you, you're gonna see it this year. He's just like, I'm not gonna say he's just like Jonah. I don't want to compare him but they play the same. And Justice is 6'1", but it's weird. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to y'all. Like they play the exact same. They're both. Jonah's obviously a little bit shorter, but they're both just super quick, super fast. Their hands are great. They're good in the run. They can pass rush. They're strong. Like this, they're 2 of the strongest dudes I've ever seen. ever like witnessed in person. I've seen Jonah rep 500 pounds in squat, like for fun. Easy. Like they're Justice, and those two are the smartest guys I've ever been around. As far as in the film room, like I used to think my IQ was really high, and I still think it is. But Jonah, he knows our defense, him and Justice, they know our defense in and out. And I do as well, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a human. I forget things. I do. I go as Jonah. You know what I'm saying? But they're one and the same. And we could put Justice at end or nose. We could put Jonah at end or nose. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they're so interchangeable, and that's what's good about them. They're so versatile. Obviously, at the next level, I don't think those two would be in a 5. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
At this collegiate level, they could play anywhere on the defensive line and be very successful.
Now, I was hoping you could share with us a little bit. It came to my attention that something that maybe people don't really know about Keshawn Banks is that you're actually a big advocate of the Special Olympics.
Man.
Do you feel comfortable sharing anything about that, man? Because we know there's a personal touch to that people don't know about.
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm a man of a few words. You know what I'm saying? And all my friends know me. And I joke around a lot. And if it's a joking situation, I'll sit there and talk all day with you. But something serious, and whether it be football or you know what I'm saying, something as mental health, like I take very serious. And I try just to sit back and, you know what I'm saying, see life for what it is. And my little brother, he has special needs. He has a lack of in some places. So Special Olympics is something that he's done for, I don't know when he started. It was probably like late middle school and carry on to high school. And that's just something I take real serious, man. Just, you never really know how something affects you till it hits home.
Very true.
That little dude, he's not little, he's 6'8", he's bigger than me, but yeah, there was times where my mom was at work and my little brother, where it was just me and him. You know, so my older brother was obviously 6 years older, so maybe he had to be at work or school. It was just me and him, and we've been close since we're little. All me and my brothers are all close, but my little brother, man, it's sad just to see people in this world who have a lack of in some aspect of their life get treated so differently. You know what I'm saying? And we're no better than anybody for anything. So me and him are real close, and I've been his biggest bodyguard, security, whatever you want to call it. I've been his biggest bodyguard our whole life, man. So that's one thing I support is people with special needs, mental health. I'm a big advocate of the Special Olympics. Every game he had that I can attend, I used to go to and try to interact with, like, because back home, especially Bird, he's very well, and he can go anywhere and people recognize Bird. But in Rio Rancho, if I go places, sometimes I get recognized. And when I used to go to his games, they used to kind of know who I was to some extent. So I used to try to just talk to everybody and, you know what I'm saying, just spread peace and love. But that is something I'm very a big advocate about, and something that near and dear to my heart.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, dude. Do you have like a specific organization that you would recommend people support, or do you have one that you kind of help out or anything, like anyone you want to give props to or something like that?
No, I didn't used to. I used to do stuff back home a lot. My brother with the Special Olympics, I used to go help them out. He was in a program called Best Buddies, and at our high school, and I used to go help them out. It was just a program with a group full of kids who had special needs or some type of mental disability. I used to go help them. As of late, I haven't really done anything. I've done some mental health stuff. I spoke on a few panels about mental health. The special needs stuff, I need to get on. I need to get on it just because, like I said, it's so important to me. And there's some people in the world, like my little brother, you would never, if you look at him and you have a conversation, you would never think he has special needs, ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just try to be good, man. Just good to everybody I can be. because I'd hate for someone to treat him bad. You never even know what was wrong with him, or not to say something is wrong with him, but like I said, he has a lack of
just like issues. Yeah.
And we all lack in some aspect
Yeah.
of our life. And, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, but his is in a particular way, but nobody would ever know. So like I said, I'm his big bodyguard out. But to answer your question, no organizations.
Okay. Pretty much just general Special Olympics, stuff like that. You would recommend people if they want to help out?
I would. It's a good way to get in touch with reality. That's something you can't control. That's something that's it's up to God, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It can happen to any of us. So
Definitely.
It sounds like the family structure and life is something you take very seriously, which is a wonderful thing, you know.
Yeah.
Does it feel weird to know that you got fans out there and you know, when you're involved in like the SDSU community, there's people who look at you that don't know you, they don't really know. We this is our first time meeting, but you know, the admiration that we have of your skills and your talent, and to hear that, you know, these kind of dynamics, like does that kind of trip you out sometimes?
Sometimes, but like I said, man, I try not to and not to say it in a harsh way, like just to involve myself in some of that. Not because I don't care about maybe kids who look up to me. I'm just kind of like beating myself guy, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, on the other hand, I'm kind of used to it. Just where we're from, like mine and Bird's class, our graduating class, high school, we had 4 people in the whole state of D1 for football.
Wow.
We were kind of, like I said, in the most humble way, we're kind of well known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we went around the state and played. So I'm kind of used to it in a sense. And if a fan were to come up to me, I'd be the coolest, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I didn't give, and like I said, I'm not boasting on myself. I gave away so much gear that I've had, gloves, old clothes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'd give away if I had a new sweater, I'd give it away if somebody really want, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of used to it, but I also try not to engulf myself in it too much, because that's where I feel like, me personally, that's where you get complacent, you know what I'm saying? See, you have fans, people tell you how good you are. And like I said, I still got a lot to prove. Don't tell me how good I am. Tell me where I could get better.
Well, I won't tell you how good you are, but I will say, Keshawn, man, after this interview, I'm a bigger fan, having to meet you and talk to you and get to know what you're about. I'm sure James could say the same, and all of Aztec Nation after they hear this. But we'll never be the number one fan. We'll never top your number one fan. Now, who am I talking about? I mean, so I figured it might be appropriate to, you know, bring in that family dynamic and your number one fan. We are joined right now, making her Sons of Monty NIL podcast debut.
What it do, Banks?
Jacinda Baker.
How you doing?
Keshawn Banks' mom.
I'm good. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay. I'm good at that.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show.
He was telling us how rough it was living with you, how hard you were on him and everything.
Lie. That's a lie.
She
You
knows
made it easy on me.
She knows I never speak on it like that.
Mm.
Well, I hope you don't mind, Keshawn, us bringing Jacinda on. You know, us as Sons of Monty NIL, what we like to do, we definitely like to engage the fans, but anytime you get a chance to meet cool parents, cool family members, and I'm honored to say that pretty much everybody on the Sons of Monty team, we felt nothing but love from the family, and that means a lot. That makes the whole experience of seeing you out there playing and having your college experience, it makes it like that much better, right? Because we're all part of the same community. So it's great to have you on, Jacinda.
Jacinda's been a fan of ours since like day one almost, man. I think you were like one of the first ones to put a comment on like one of our podcast comment section.
Surprised. Keshawn's not surprised either. He has to rein me in sometimes, but you know, I'm going to support anything that he's involved in that's around him that I feel is positive. I want it to grow just as well, because when it grows, he grows, the community grows, the team grows. We all just trying to live, you know, life is hard.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about your boy now that he's a grown man? How many years away from home? Now he's an Aztec. senior year, big year, 100-year of Aztecs football. How do you feel when you see him out there and you're ready for him to get out there for his senior year?
Oh man, I'm just so proud of Keshawn, like in so many ways. Even before football, this year specifically, I've seen him grow as a brother in Christ and as a man of God. And that means more to me than anything. And to me, that translates on the field, the way he battles, the passion he has for his team, the discipline he has, the way he loves his fellow Aztecs. Like, to me, he's just the epitome of grace and strength. And I'm so, so proud of him. I sing his praises every day. Like, he's my favorite middle child. He knows that.
Look at how uncomfortable he's getting over there.
Yeah, he hates this.
I'm good, man. I hear this every day.
That's on point. Okay, so is there a game that you're marking down on the schedule?
Oh, you already know. It's UNM. It's UNM. Like, we're coming from Gonzalez house. Like, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Someone's got to get it. Might as well be the hometown because they understand where it's coming from. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
To add a little context, Coach Gonzalez, he was the one who recruited me here. And him and Mom, in that process, he developed a good relationship, obviously trying to recruit me with my parents. And I talked to him after the UNM game, and it was just catching up. It was good to see him, but he came on a home visit, and my mom cooked for him. So,
what was the meal?
Was his football coach? His high school football coach. What was the meal? Actually, coincidentally, it's what I made tonight. So I made beef red enchiladas. I made Spanish rice, beans, calabacitas. I made sopapillas tonight and salsa, but he got that minus the soaps.
Oh man, the good stuff.
Truth be told, I tried to take you guys enchiladas to one of the games and Keshawn shut it down.
Oh.
He didn't want me to travel with it, but
that's cold-blooded, Keshawn.
It's all business. Saturday is all business, man. All we want is sacks and TFLs. We ain't worry about that.
Hey, I ain't even mad at him. That's right.
Yeah, we understand.
Since she didn't, thank you, Ma. Since she didn't talk to you, maybe this year, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure she'll bring it without my consent. So
always welcome at the tailgate. Always welcome at a Sons of Monty tailgate.
Oh yeah.
Well, I love getting the chance to meet you finally. You know, hopefully we will get a chance to have you out at the tailgate and be able to celebrate not only Keshawn but the rest of the team. Like we said, the 100th season of the Aztecs football, and it's going to be a great year. You know, finally that new stadium, a home to call our own, and, you know, we're looking forward to seeing you out there.
I'm just looking forward to him leaving his mark. Like, I love the Aztecs, but it's senior year. I'm selfish. This is Team Keish. This Team Deuce. So like, everything else is secondary. You know what I'm saying? No, there's nothing personal at all, but
hey, that's a mom's right. So
that's right.
We're ready. We're ready to see it. So we're excited for it as well.
Me too. I'm ready for him to just unleash. He knows we talk.
And you're 100% good with the T-shirt jersey, right?
Oh yeah. We got pre-orders on deck.
Awesome.
We loved it. So thank you. We appreciate it. Like, this is great.
I'll be buying a couple, so there'll be a few more on there.
Double up, buy 4.
Oh yeah.
At the time of the release, this is going to be available. So make sure you go get your number 2 Keshawn Banks T-shirt jersey right now at sonsofmontezuma.com.
All right,
you two. Anything else we should cover? Anything else we should get out there? We took up a lot of your time.
I don't got nothing to say to the people. I'm open book, but I'm not going.
Yeah.
You asked the wrong person. I got a lot to say.
All right, we should just let Keshawn go ahead about your studies. We're gonna hang out with moms for a little bit. Get the real stories.
We're gonna give them to you too, real deal.
I'm not even joking. We'll see you later, Keshawn. We'll see. Thank you, Keshawn, for joining us, man. Hopefully we see you soon. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, James.
All right, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Give me more.
Oh, you know I will. Bye.
Stay on, Jacinda. Stay on.
Oh, I'm on. Let's go. What do y'all want to know?
Nothing too much. I just want to talk.
No, we started to BS.
Yeah, I'm all the way live. Keish knows it too.
I told him I'm a much bigger fan now, man. I mean, he's so modest.
Yeah, he's just very humble, and he's always been that way. Like, he's the epitome of a middle child. You know what I mean? He's never wanted to rock the boat. He's a caregiver. He's just nurturing, but he's focused. Like, I believe I have 3 boys, and I believe your kids are a reflection of where you were in life when you had them. And glory be to God, when I had Keshawn, I was in that stage of my life. And I feel like that's passed down. Not that his brothers are very different, but I was in different stages of my life when I had him. And his foundation is just different than theirs. So he's just he's just a dope soul. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a cool kid. He grounds me. He lectures me. Like I told you, I talked to him 3 times this morning, and it's always Bible based. So like, I can't really argue it. So I just act like we have a bad connection and I hang up.
Oh man.
You're cutting out on me. What?
Yeah, well, you're freezing. I guess I gotta go. I got another call. But he's just a great kid. Like, I don't know. He's special.
For the first time getting to talk to him, it was really impressive. I really enjoyed talking to him. You could tell he doesn't really like talking about himself, but
Hates it.
Yeah, we kind of got him to do it a little bit. So,
thank you guys so much for being the first opportunity to really sit down and talk with him. But he has a lot to say. He has a lot of lives to touch. Like, when he talks, people listen. He touches people. He touches me on a daily basis. He makes me want to be better. He makes his brothers want to be better. His grandma, so it's important for him to be heard in my book. But I'll never forget freshman year, we went to a football meeting. It was in the gym, right? And they were, giving out the stats of how many kids go to D1, and then how many kids from that pool go to the NFL. And Keshawn was like, "Mom, look at these numbers." And I was like, "I know, that's crazy." He was like, "I know, because I'm going to make it." And he said that since he was 4. So you kind of start to trust the process a little more. And not that I never didn't believe in him, but you don't want to be that parent, right? Like, my kid is special, but my kid is special.
Yeah. I've been a big fan of his since he was first recruited. So I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
He's not one to believe in accolades, but you have to kind of take notice when people talk. And so, but if you guys come to New Mexico, we had a huge tailgate last time, and we had about 75 people. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see if we can add that to the tour this year, Mateo.
Yeah, I'm biracial. You know how we do. Like, my mom's family's from Chihuahua, so we had the disco, we had it all. So.
Oh wow, yeah. We didn't realize you were Mexican, so that was.
Yeah, I don't like when people say Hispanic. I don't like when you say Spaniard or my mom is Mexican. There's a difference. You know what I mean? So.
Well, thank you again. Thank you for joining.
It was a great pleasure. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's going to do it for this episode of the Sons of Montezuma podcast. Don't forget that number 2 Keshawn Banks T-shirt jersey is available now. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, our YouTube channel. Until next time, sonsofmontezuma.com. Go Aztecs.